Hello MMA fans, this is MMA Daily with your daily news and updates. Here are today's top stories. First off, Leon Edwards has shut down Islam Makhachev's recent fight call-out. Next, Alex Pereira warns UFC rival Magomed Ankalaev about grappling ability. Additionally, Alexander Volkanovski to step into UFC 303 should McGregor withdraw. Lastly, Arman Tsarukyan rear-naked choked an alligator during recent South Florida fishing trip. Following his fifth-round submission win over Dustin Poirier in the main event, Makhachev called for a shot at the welterweight championship, which will be contested between Edwards and Belal Muhammad in the main event of July's UFC 304 event. Edwards responded to the call-out, and while he likes the idea of the challenge, he believes both have plenty of hurdles to clear first. Here is what Edwards said when talking to the media. "I welcome it. I feel like we both have work to do within our divisions. He just fought his first actual lightweight, first defense against an actual lightweight, so I feel like he has a few more lightweights to go through first before he can think about moving up. But if we both go on this long reign, then why not? We can run it in the future. We're both similar age, 30 years old, so we'll have time to get it done for sure." Edwards looks to defend his title for the third time when he meets Muhammad in a rematch after their first meeting ended in a no contest following an accidental eye poke. In his most recent outing, Edwards picked up a lopsided decision win over Colby Covington at UFC 296 this past December. If successful in his upcoming fight, Edwards will likely have the undefeated Shavkat Rakhmonov waiting in the wings, while Makhachev has a #1 contender in Arman Tsarukyan waiting for a shot at the lightweight belt. Edwards wants to clear out the contenders before he moves up, or allows the lightweight champ to move up to fight him. What are your thoughts on the possibility of a fight between Islam and Edwards, and who do you think would come out on top? Leave your opinions in the comments below. UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira has issued a warning to top divisional contender Magomed Ankalaev. Right now, Alex Pereira is on top of the world. The former middleweight king now runs the show at light heavyweight, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, some would argue that he's only just starting to find his prime in mixed martial arts, which is a scary prospect. One man who has been touted as a future challenger for him is Magomed Ankalaev. Of course, it feels like Jiří Procházka may be the next natural challenger, but Ankalaev is right behind him. In a recent interview, Pereira addressed concerns about how Magomed's ground game could impact him. Here is what he said. "I'm not the guy to call names. I'm not the guy to pick the fight. I'll fight whoever the UFC want me to fight, but the name that's on the table right now is Jiří Procházka. We're still in negotiations. I would like to fight around August, but nothing concrete yet. Everybody talks about Ankalaev, talks about his ground, but they don't know my ground. It's not even to show my ground game. I just go with the flow, but I'd like to show some time." Alexander Volkanovski is considering stepping in for UFC 303 amid uncertainties surrounding the event's main attraction. The UFC had planned a press conference in Dublin on June 3rd, featuring Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. However, the UFC announced on Sunday that the press conference would be postponed for undisclosed reasons, with no new date provided. Speculation grew when reports surfaced that McGregor had canceled all upcoming media engagements. McGregor later addressed the postponement on social media platform X, attributing it to obstacles outside of our control. Subsequent media reports have ruled out drug-related issues, suggesting instead that the delay might be due to a potential injury to McGregor. Alexander Volkanovski has expressed his willingness to step in as a replacement if the McGregor versus Chandler fight does not happen. Embracing the idea of being a last-minute savior, Volkanovski is confident in his readiness to take on the challenge. Here is what he said.
As long as it's a big fight, I wouldn't just take any fight. Because like you said, that's a big deal. Save the day as well. I love just saving the day as well. I'm just that good of a guy. I might have to save the day. I'll save the day. I'd obviously get paid well for it as well, but you never know. But I just was mucking around with that. I don't even know. There's probably nothing even happened. It's probably just a couple of little hiccups, and everyone's blowing it out of proportion. But I will just have fun and throw the name out there just for a bit of a laugh.
What do you think about Volkanovski's offer to step in at UFC 303 and fight again after suffering 2 consecutive knockouts? Is this a wise decision, or should he be more concerned about his health? Leave your opinions in the comments below. UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan tested his grappling skills on an alligator during a recent fishing trip to the Everglades. Tsarukyan sat cage-side as UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev defeated Dustin Poirier in the UFC 302 main event on Saturday. After Makhachev's submission victory, a rematch between Tsarukyan and Makhachev is the likely next lightweight title fight booking. Tsarukyan will need to have a wrestling-heavy training camp in preparation for Makhachev. As an alligator approached his boat last month in the Everglades, Tsarukyan used it as an opportunity to test his submission grappling. During a recent appearance on the MMA Hour, Tsarukyan gave a chilling account of his May fishing trip. Here is what he said. "I choked him out. I caught him, pulled him out from the river, choked him, and put it on my back. I got a license to kill the alligator. We put a fishing hook out on the river, and me and my friend had to pull him in with one rod. He was 50, 70 pounds. Caught him without meat or anything. Other animals, it's sad. But alligators, it's okay. They eat people. Rear naked choke from back mount. For the past few years, Curtis Blaydes became a curious observer when it came to the UFC heavyweight title, because he honestly got tired of calling for a shot at the belt and his pleas falling on deaf ears. At UFC 304 in July, Blaydes finally gets his first crack at gold when he clashes with Tom Aspinall in the co-main event, but technically he'll only get to compete for a piece of the title that night. Aspinall currently holds the interim title while Jon Jones reigns as the UFC heavyweight champion, but Jones is expected to face Stipe Miocic in November in a legacy fight more than a year in the making. As much as Jones picking Miocic as an opponent might annoy Aspinall, Blaydes understands why that fight is happening over a title unification bout. Here is what he said. "We knew Jon wanted the money fight. The money fight is Stipe. No disrespect to Stipe, but he's also older. He's not as fast as he once was. On paper, it feels like an easier fight. Like I said, I don't want to disrespect Stipe, but he's also 43 years old, something like that. A decade from now, I won't be the guy I am right now. No disrespect, but I knew Jon wasn't going to fight anybody else except for Stipe. Even when he was talking about Alex Pereira, I knew that wasn't happening either. I fully believe Jones will retire. He'll have to prove us wrong. That's what I believe. That's what a lot of guys think. Obviously, we talk about these things at the gym. I have the perspective of other fighters, other coaches, other people in the MMA world, and I haven't heard anyone who really believes that he isn't going to retire. What else does he have to prove? He's rich, he's got the status, he's the GOAT. That's not deniable. He's on the Mount Rushmore for anybody. I don't see what brings him back into the octagon after the Stipe fight. Blaydes feels like he's actually getting the tougher fight by drawing Aspinall now over Jones. As much as he respects Jones for his long list of accomplishments, Blaydes acknowledges that his matchup against Aspinall presents bigger threats, because simply put, he's facing a bigger, stronger opponent. As he continued, he added, "I say Aspinall is the tougher fight just because he's younger, a little springier, and he's a natural heavyweight. I know Jon's the better grappler, but I don't think that's enough of a determining factor to make him harder than Aspinall. I think Aspinall, because he's a legitimate heavyweight, I think he probably hits harder also. That's all speculation, but he looks like he hits harder than Jon. He also showed he can do grappling, just not at the highest level. I'm going to give it to Aspinall. I know when Jon hears this, he's going to be like, he thinks I suck. That's not what I'm saying. Right now, Aspinall is a harder fight than Jon Jones." Do you agree with Aspinall? What do you think? Will Jon Jones retire after his fight with Miocic? And is Aspinall truly a tougher opponent for Blaydes than Jon Jones would be? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in to MMA Daily. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the world of mixed martial arts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications for our latest videos. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what you'd like to hear about in our upcoming videos. See you tomorrow with more MMA news. Until then, stay safe and keep following MMA Daily for your daily dose of fighting excitement.